Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pre-DevFest series with Tabby. And today we have the one and only Auwal MS, the program manager for Developer Students Club Sub-Saharan Africa. And he'll be telling us about his experience at DevFest and probably what he's really looking forward to in this year's DevFest. Welcome, Auwal.
Hi, Tabby. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Thanks for
hi,
having
hi.
me.
You're welcome. Yeah, so before we actually start, so I'd love you to briefly tell us about yourself and this whole program manager Google thing, just to get the gist of it.
Okay, so that's great. My name is Awal MS, and I'm a software engineer. I basically build apps, specifically web apps, and most especially ones that work best with networks for developing countries. Basically, progressive web apps or apps that work on very terrible network, just like what we have in many countries in the developing world. Um, in 2019, I took up the role to become the Developer Student Club's program manager for Sub-Saharan Africa. Basically, help students become better version of themselves by getting resources from different product teams around Google and make it available to students through their DSC lead, of which Tabby happens to be one of our past DSC leads. Um, yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically what I do now.
Yeah. So being a program manager for DSC, that means you're basically a Googler. And we know we are talking about DevFest here, and DevFest is part of, will I say, Google program. I don't know how you'll call it. You are in a better position to name it. So, having spent, I don't know if it's a year now at Google, and being involved in DevFest events, maybe either through organizing or being an attendee or speaking, you will tell us about that. So, have you attended any DevFest in Kenya? I mean, I know you're from Nigeria, so have you had the opportunity to attend any in Kenya?
Yeah, so I have been lucky. I've been really lucky to have participated in many DevFests. Actually, I have organized DevFest since 2014. And yes, I was privileged to attend the DevFest in Nairobi specifically, not just in Kenya, in Nairobi. Um, I was even a speaker. I didn't just attend the event. I was actually a speaker. I spoke on a very interesting topic for me during DevFest 2018. Yeah, and I think it was for, if I can remember, the venue was United States International University, USIU. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we,
think.
we call it USIU. Yeah. So how was the experience for you? Was it what did you really like about it? The first Nairobi, that is.
Yeah, so I did love a very lot of things. From the organizers doing a very solid job. Like I honestly still like as we say it in Nigeria, true salute for the organizers for DevFest 2018 in like Nairobi. It was really an awesome one. We had over 1,200 attendees, and like one thing I could clearly see was really great was the fact that everything was organized. We had keynotes outside, and then we had different breakout rooms. Like, and the fact that everyone got food, and literally everyone got food. So we were 1,000 people in attendance, and then every single one of us got a shirt. And even like for me as a speaker, I got extra a hoodie. Like I still hold that hoodie very close to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I can actually see you're wearing as a DevFest shirt. I don't know which DevFest that is. Oh, DevFest Abuja. I don't know. You should. I
Yeah.
think. I think I should have told you earlier. I should have worn a DevFest T-shirt you got in Kenya or yeah, Nairobi. That is. If I told you, still have it.
Yeah, I know. So like change inside like 2 years, right? I've grown bigger than that, so like the shirt doesn't fit in, but I still have the shirt. But I will have
Yeah.
still be able to wear my hoodie, even though the weather is not really nice for a hoodie now. But like yeah, this is a shirt from DevFest Abuja. I think from I think 2015, 16, 17, and 18. I was part of the organizers for DevFest Abuja because it was a cluster DevFest containing all GDGs in North Central Nigeria, and I happened to be my GDG chapter, GDG Lafia, happened to be one of those. So I usually collaborate to organize DevFest there, and I was still um, I was so lucky enough to attend the DevFest in 2019, and that's how I got this shirt. So yeah,
Wow,
happily representing DevFest.
I love the fact that you've mentioned clustered because I mean that is basically what we are going to do this time round as the Kenyan communities. It has never happened before. It's the first time. All the GDG communities in Kenya name them. I know you know about the GDG Nairobi. We have GDG Kisumu, GDG Nyeri, GDG Mombasa, GDG Kisii. I mean, which one have I not mentioned? There's supposed to be six. Eldoret. Yeah, so all these GDGs will be coming together to hold one DevFest, that is the DevFest Kenya. And it's really the first time this thing is happening. And yeah, we are really looking forward to seeing what is going to happen at this year's DevFest. Now, speaking of that, DevFest this year is really going to be different. Like you talked about the meeting people and all the exciting things you had back then. But then, this year, everything's going to be virtual because of the pandemic. So what are your thoughts about that? Like, how do you feel? Like many people are really feeling so sad about it, and some are not really psyched about this year's death as they would normally. So, like, what are your thoughts, or what do you want to say about that?
Yeah, so attending the fest comes with many things. So the one part is the part whereby you network with people. The other part is where you get swag. Like people, like I know people who attend the festival, like yeah, the fest is when we have swag at least. But then I think one of the most important part of attending the Dev Fest is actually the content that is shared during Dev Fest sessions.
Mhm.
So usually Dev Fest is not just your everyday event. Dev Fest often has different speakers, and most times speakers with really really great experience. I One thing I like about DevFest is when you attend DevFest, you're not hearing about hey this new product or that new product. It's mostly about people telling war stories from their experience, what they've been able to build, what you can find on the first 10 pages of Google search, right? Like people telling you experience, so this is what I did, and this is how we're able to achieve this. So it's one thing. So if probably you're not thinking of attending DevFest because you don't get to meet people, how about the content? Really, really important. Like it was during DevFest that I got to know a couple of things. I think my first introduction to progressive web apps was at the DevFest. Um, I got to know about I got to know about Firebase hosting and Firebase cloud functions during DevFest, right? So DevFest usually comes with really, really great things. Like people come and tell you what they did, the different decisions they made that made sure their product does well in the market, and this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. Some things that wouldn't be found on documentation basically are found on DevFest. Yeah, so it would be great to. I really, really tell you if you are into software development or you're interested in everything tech, you definitely should not miss the fest, even though you don't get to meet people physically. You never can tell. Possibly there will be a giveaway during the session.
Oh yeah, yeah, giveaways. So, what are you looking like? I mentioned that we are going to be having one DevFest Kenya, and which I'm pretty sure that you're going to attend, right? I mean, there's no way out for you, right? You'll be
Yeah,
there.
yeah, no, 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 no. I'm definitely attending the first Nairobi in Kenya.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
So
used to the
either way,
first Nairobi. Don't mind me. I'm used to call it
okay.
the first Nairobi, but yeah, the first Kenya. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you've not been to the other DevFest, so it's an opportunity for you to actually be part of all the DevFest in Kenya, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 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 that's exactly one thing. So I actually have this check mark that like I need to attend all the fest in the country, right? And like Kenya is one of those countries. So like in 2018, I attended the fest Nairobi, and then headed down to Mombasa.
Yeah.
But I wasn't lucky to attend the fest Mombasa because by the time I got to the country, Mombasa was already done with the DevFest, but I decided to visit the county and see things out.
It's a city.
But
It's a city, please.
I said county, like okay, fine, a city. But then this gives me the opportunity to attend DevFest, organized by GDG Eldoret, Kisii, Kisumu, Mombasa, Nairobi, and Nyeri. Yes, so like it's an opportunity for me. I definitely will attend, and I think you should attend also. Like it's really really important. Like you get to hear about from really really awesome speakers and stuff like this, and I can't miss it.
So what are you
Yeah,
looking forward to? Like, what do you want to see? What do you want to see in DevFest Kenya? Virtual DevFest Kenya. I mean, now you're speaking
yeah.
for yourself and also for the community.
Yeah. So what I would love to see about like there is like really really awesome content. I'm really really big on content. So like the fact that it's virtual, it basically means you get to learn a lot. So there are things that you possibly there are speakers who may not be, who will ordinarily not be able to travel down to Kenya, possibly because of one thing or the other. But the fact that it's virtual, they get to speak at your event. So see it this way. Um, since it's virtual, there's high tendency of getting really, really rock star speakers, right? Probably developer advocates from different companies, people, software engineers with that are building for very large clients. There are things they've definitely known and want to share. So attending DevFest for me this year is about content, right? I'm really, really um sure, like I'm really enthusiastic about it, and I know we're definitely going to have really, really good speakers. Like Nairobi has always had great speakers. Like that, this I will give you. DevFest Nairobi always have speakers that will probably get you to be like, wow, like all this for one event. So this will even give us like a better opportunity since everyone is visual.
So you are only saying Nairobi because you've not been to other dev festivals.
I'm just used to DevFest Nairobi. I'm
It-
so sorry. I mean DevFest
It's
Kenya.
okay.
So just do a replace. The Nairobi string replace. Anywhere you see Nairobi, replace it with Kenya. And
Yeah,
that's all.
there's no problem at all. And yeah, I really love the fact that you mentioned content, and many people are really looking forward to content. I mean, even though people are really going to meet together this year physically and network and maybe eat and maybe have swag, but the most important thing is to actually have the content, because the whole plan is to learn, connect, and grow. So yeah, so I hope the first Kenya team is hearing this, that people want to see content. So yeah, thank you so much, Awal, for taking your time to share with us your experience and your expectations. Do you have anything that you want to say before we wrap this up?
Okay, yeah. So possibly I have a few things to say. Or like, would I probably say one thing? And it's basically don't miss DevFest for anything, except if you're going to get a jollof rice. Even at that, please get your jollof rice and sit on top of your in front of your system and
Should I remind
watch
you?
them.
Should I remind you this is Kenya? We don't have jollof in
I,
Kenya. Or you want to
it
start
does
that
it, do-
that jollof pilaf food?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Call it whatever you call it. We can actually export. We actually export jollof these days from Nigeria. We can export
Wow.
jollof. Yeah. So jollof is actually a natural resource, so we can actually export it to like
Okay,
anyone who needs it.
we are looking for. I hope you guys have heard. Awal is offering to give away jollof rice to all the first Kenya attendees. We are going to be waiting for that.
Yeah. So thank you. So except like just for the context, and as well as probably getting to meet awesome speakers, get to ask them for like real life questions and in real time and get response. Please attend DevFest, right? Like DevFest is just your everyday event. There are many webinars, yes. There's dead webinar, yeah. But like this is DevFest. DevFest is not a webinar. DevFest is DevFest. You only attend DevFest once.
Yeah, in Nairobi we call it's not an ordinary event. Yeah. So thank you so much. You've heard from Awal. That's it. I don't even need to add much to it. So thank you so much, Awal, for your time. See you next time.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So yeah, that was Awal, and it was actually amazing to hear from him, his expectations, and his past experience in DevFest, and how he actually loved DevFest Kenya. Okay, DevFest Nairobi, and yeah, like you've heard, we're going to be having DevFest Kenya this year. If you have not yet registered, down there below this, there's a link for you to register in the this YouTube channel. Yeah, you'll find the link there, register. Or you can also follow DevFest Kenya on Twitter and get any information that you need if you need to apply as a speaker, if you need to register as an attendee, or if you need to help out in any way. Feel free to reach out to us through our social media pages. Thank you. This is the Pre-DevFest series with Tabby. See you next time.